Hi, I'm Michael Jordio, 21 years old, Tacloban City, and a PhD student of Bachelor of Science in Marine Engineering. One of the schools of thinking in human composition is dichotomy. In philosophy, dichotomy is a logical division of a class into two subclasses, where one subclass has a certain quality and the other does not. The word comes from the Greek word "dicha", meaning apart, and "tomos", meaning cutting. In philosophical perspective, the human composition, which is the dichotomy, composed of immaterial and material. The immaterial things are the directing factors or deciding factor, while the material things are the influencing factor. In the composition of a man, it consists of a mind, intellect, spirit, soul, body, brain, eyes, and etc. Those immaterial are the things we can touch, which are not tangible, such as mind, spirit, soul, intellect, while the material things of man can be touched. These are the physical things, such as the body, brain, eyes, ears, and more. Now, to support this dichotomy in philosophical perspective, in our body, we have our soul, which is an immaterial, right? Our soul comprises intellect, will, and emotion. The moment that we die, our body and our soul separates. And it is true that we can still feel ourselves, can decide, and still has the intellect, but our body isn't present anymore because it's already buried underground. No matter how many times our face slaps, it won't react because it's already a dead body. In the Bible, Luke chapter 16, verse 19 to 31, it was said there that there was a rich man who lives luxury in life, and there's a beggar named Lazarus who just lives outside his housing, longing for what food would fall on the rich man's table. The moment that the beggar died, he was brought up by the angels to Abraham's side. And the moment that the rich man also died, he was buried and found himself in the place of torment, in Hades. The rich man was in agony in the fire. Then the rich man saw Lazarus and Abraham far away from his place. So he called Abraham to have pity on him and let Lazarus dip his hand to the water and drop the water to cool his stomach. But no matter how many times the beggar would drop the water, it won't arrive to him, because the place between them is a great chasm, the bottomless pit. It's like a solid barrier that no one can come across from this place to there, nor from that place to here. In this moment, rich man's soul still felt the hotness and had the emotions to react. Then the rich man then asked to let Lazarus be sent to his 5 brothers to warn them, and so that they will not come to where the rich man's place. But Abraham said to let them listen to Moses and the prophets. The rich man said that if someone from the dead goes to them, they will repent. But then Abraham said if they do not listen to Moses and the prophets, they would not even listen from someone who rose from the dead. At this point, the rich man was able to decide. Therefore, his soul still had the will and the intellect. So what I'm trying to conclude here is that a man is composed of immaterial like the soul and the material like the body. Immaterial will be always the directing factor or the deciding factor, and the material will just follow. Next, a question was given to us asking if can it be a harmonious or orderly society be achieved through moral relativism? The answer is no. Moral relativism in philosophy is just the idea that there is no universal or absolute set of moral principles, which means that everybody can be right on their perspective and there's no wrong for what they want to do. They can think that this thing is right even if for others it's wrong, which is subjective. An example of this is the same-sex marriage, which is same-sex marriage is allowed in other countries like in Argentina, Canada, but in other countries it's not allowed, like here in the Philippines. For us, it is not allowed, and we know that it is also in the Bible stated. We see it as a wrongful to see men to men or women to women having sexual intercourse. So, with that kind of difference in legal policy or belief about same-sex marriage, how can this be helpful in having a harmonious or orderly society if people in society assume what is right and think differently from others? It would instead create an argument between people leading to quarrel or dispute. Likewise also on one of the trending issues in social media, which is the abortion. If some people think that the abortion is a right for themselves and wrong for others, it will not be a peaceful society, especially if there will be no moral laws and principles. Obviously, it would be good if killing innocent people would be a right for others, while it is ethically wrong for others also. To have a society that is peaceful, harmonious, or orderly, we must become objective to what is right and what is wrong, and must act according to the moral laws and also to the principles. Again, I am Makilo Jordi Ordo, a BS Marine student of PIT, 21 years old in Tacloban City. Thank you for listening. Have a wonderful day.